found the video on the phone of someone I don't know. I was packing my things after the New Year's party. I had rented a beach house with 7 friends, 3 days of peace and fun. Or so I thought. When I found the phone under the couch, I assumed it belonged to one of my friends, but it didn't. An old iPhone, no passcode, battery at 12%. I opened the gallery. There was only one video, recorded the night before in the same house where we were staying. My name is Mike, I'm 27 years old, and I have so few friends you could count them on your fingers. During this vacation, we decided to get everyone together and rent a house to relax. The house was on an isolated beach, 40 minutes from the nearest city. The owner advertised it as the perfect retreat for groups. We arrived on December 30th late afternoon. 8 people, 4 couples. We planned to spend New Year's Eve there without crowds, just us. The house was big. 3 bedrooms, a spacious living room, an open kitchen, a balcony with an ocean view, well maintained. Nothing strange. The owner greeted us quickly, handed over the keys, gave a few instructions about the alarm and the generator, said that if we needed anything, we could just call the number he gave us. Before leaving, he hesitated at the door. Just one thing. If you hear noises coming from the attic, don't go up there. It's just the wind. The structure is old. We found it odd, but didn't think much of it. We spent the 30th enjoying the beach, having a barbecue, drinking. Everything was calm. The first night was normal. But the next day, on the night of the 31st, something changed. The party started around 9 at night. Music, drinks, food, random conversations. Around 11, my friend Pedro said he had heard something. Like what? I asked. A noise sounded like footsteps up there. I remembered what the owner had said. The wind, the old structure. Relax, man, it's just the house creaking. But he was bothered. He said he had heard it clearly, someone walking. No one else heard anything. We kept partying. At midnight, we opened the sparkling wine on the balcony. Fireworks in the distance, hugs, New Year's wishes. We went back inside around 1 in the morning. That's when the lights went out. Everything, the whole house, only moonlight coming through the windows. We stayed in the dark for about 5 minutes. Someone found their phone and turned on the flashlight. We went to the breaker panel. Everything was on. Must be the generator, my girlfriend said. We went outside to check. The generator was running, but the house power didn't come back. We decided to let it go. Lit some candles and continued the party on the balcony. Around 2 in the morning, I started feeling that something was wrong. I counted the people. 7. There were 8 of us. Where's Lucas? I asked. No one had seen him for about 20 minutes. We called out nothing. We went inside, checked the bedrooms, bathroom, kitchen. Empty. It was his girlfriend, Marina, who noticed it. The attic door was open. None of us had gone up there. The door had always been closed, locked from the outside. Now it was wide open. Lucas, I shouted. Silence. We went up. Old wooden stairs creaking with every step. The attic was small. Low ceiling, smelled of mold, stacked boxes, a lot of dust. Lucas was in the corner, sitting, staring at the wall. Man, what the hell is this? We've been looking for you. He didn't respond. Marina stepped closer, touched his shoulder. He slowly turned around. He was crying. There's someone here, he said. What do you mean? There's someone in this house. I saw them. We thought he had drunk too much. He hadn't been in a great place lately. We took him downstairs and laid him on the couch, but he kept repeating it. I saw them. Someone was watching me. No one really believed him. We checked the entire attic and there was no one there. We decided to drop it. Eventually, everyone went to sleep in their own rooms. On the morning of the 1st, I woke up with sunlight coming through the window. The power was back. I don't know when it returned. I went down to the kitchen. Coffee was ready. The smell of fresh coffee filled the house. Someone had made it. But when I asked, no one took responsibility. I thought it was you, Pedro said. I thought it was Marina, my girlfriend replied. No one had made the coffee. I looked at the table. 9 cups of black coffee, One extra. A chill ran down my spine. Did anyone count how many people woke up? Everyone looked at each other. We counted. 8, we were all there, but the feeling remained. As if there was someone else, someone who shouldn't be there. We spent the day trying to relax, but the atmosphere was heavy. Lucas barely spoke. He kept staring at the attic. In the afternoon, I decided to look up the owner's number, to call and ask about the attic, about the house. That's when Marina screamed from the living room. "There's a phone here under the couch." It was the iPhone I found. I opened the gallery to see if there was anything recorded. One video, recorded on the 31st. I pressed play. The image showed the living room, the party, the 8 of us. But the angle was strange, as if someone was filming from above, from the attic. The camera stayed still, just watching. At 2 minutes and 34 seconds into the video, the camera moves down, slowly, down the stairs, into the living room. It passes by us. It was dark. No one noticed. The camera stops behind me. It stays there for almost a minute, just filming the back of my head. Then it goes back up. The video ends. We left the house that same day. No one wanted to stay another night. I tried calling the owner. No answer. Sent a message. No response. 3 days later, I received an email from him. It only said, "Did you open the attic?" I replied that we did, that the door was open. He took hours to respond. "I locked that door for a reason. The previous tenant never left. He's still there." My blood ran cold. "What do you mean he never left?" No response. I searched for news, articles, anything about the house. I found a report from 2019. A man disappeared after renting a beach house, never found. It was the same house. I went back to the video, watched it again and again. At 4 minutes and 12 seconds, when the camera is behind me, you can see it, reflected in the window glass. A face. Pale, sunken eyes, smiling, staring directly at the camera. And at the corner of his mouth, a whisper I didn't notice the first time. "Happy New Year." My grandmother died 3 days after Christmas, but she was in the photo from the Christmas dinner. I realized this when my mother sent me the photos on December 28th. She always takes a lot of pictures throughout the night, a family tradition. There were about 40 photos, food, decorations, us laughing, hugging. In the 30-second photo, my grandmother appears, sitting at the head of the table. The problem is that she didn't attend the dinner that year. She was hospitalized. Christmas dinner was at my parents' house, as always, December 24th. We arrived around 7 in the evening, my sister, my brother-in-law, my 2 nephews, me and my wife. My grandmother had been hospitalized on the 20th, pneumonia. The doctor said she was stable but preferred to keep her under observation during the holidays. She insisted that we not cancel Christmas, said that next year she would be there. We did everything the way she liked it. Turkey, farofa, rice with raisins. We placed an empty plate at the head of the table, a tribute. During dinner, my mother made a toast. To Grandma. May she be here with us next year. Everyone raised their glasses. That's when my 5-year-old nephew asked, "Why is Grandma crying?" Silence. "What did you say, honey?" my sister asked. "Grandma, she's crying over there." He pointed to the head of the table, to the empty seat. We thought it was just a child's imagination. My sister said he was tired, that it had been a long day, but he insisted. She's there in a blue dress looking at us. My grandmother always wore a blue dress at family gatherings. A chill ran across the table. My mother brushed it off, served dessert and changed the subject. But the atmosphere felt strange. Around 10 at night, we went to the living room. The kids were playing, the adults were talking. My father was quieter than usual. I noticed he kept looking at the stairs. The house has 2 floors. My grandmother's bedroom was upstairs. She lived with my parents. "Everything okay, Dad?" He took a while to answer. Did you lock her bedroom? No, why? I have the feeling I heard something up there. We went upstairs together. The bedroom door was ajar. We had left it closed. We went in slowly. The room was just as she had left it. Bed neatly made, clothes in the closet, her perfume on the dresser. Nothing out of place. Must have been the wind, my father said. But the window was closed. We went back downstairs. We didn't mention it to anyone. The night went on. We exchanged gifts, took photos. At 11:30 everyone left. My wife and I went back to our apartment. The next day, the 25th, my mother called. Something strange happened. What? I went into your grandmother's room this morning. The bed was unmade, like someone had slept in it. My stomach dropped. Are you sure? Absolutely. I made the bed myself yesterday before dinner. Maybe my father had lain down there. Maybe she was mistaken. But deep down I knew something wasn't right. On the 26th, we visited my grandmother at the hospital. She was doing well, talkative, cheerful. We told her about the dinner, the dishes we made, the presents. She smiled and said, I know, I saw it. What do you mean, Grandma? I was there, I saw you at the table. The turkey looked beautiful. We looked at each other. Grandma, you were here at the hospital. She frowned. No, I went. I sat in my chair at the head of the table. You're confused, the nurse said. It's normal. The medication can make her a bit disoriented. But my grandmother didn't seem confused. She described everything. My sister's dress, my brother-in-law's tie, the color of the ribbon on my nephew's present. Details she couldn't possibly know. We left the hospital shaken. It was on the way home that my mother sent me the photos from the dinner, and I saw it. In the photo, my grandmother is sitting at the head of the table. Blue dress, hands folded on the table, looking straight at the camera. But it's not a normal photo. She's out of focus, slightly transparent, as if the camera had captured movement. Everyone else around her is sharp. I zoomed in. Her face has an expression I'd never seen before. It's not happiness, it's not sadness. It's something in between, as if she were trapped between two places. I sent the photo to the family group chat. No one replied for almost an hour, until my sister wrote, I didn't take that photo. My mother replied, neither did I. We checked the timestamps. The photo was taken at 8:34 p.m., exactly at the time of the toast. But none of us was holding the camera at that moment. No one pressed the button. On the 27th, we returned to the hospital. My grandmother was different, weaker, breathing heavily. The doctors said she had worsened overnight. We stayed with her all day, taking turns holding her hand. Around 6 in the evening, she opened her eyes, looked at me and said, I shouldn't have gone. Gone where, Grandma? To the dinner. I shouldn't have. You didn't go. You were here. She shook her head. I went, but now I can't come back. I didn't understand. She closed her eyes, fell asleep. On the 28th, she passed away. At 3 in the afternoon, surrounded by family. We held the funeral on the 29th. Closed casket, flowers, friends and relatives. During the service, my nephew came up to me. Uncle, did Grandma leave? Yes, she's in a better place now. He stayed quiet, then asked, Then why is she still at the house? I froze. What do you mean? She's in her room. I saw her this morning when we stopped by. I didn't know what to say. After the burial, I went back to my parents' house with them. I went up to my grandmother's room. The bed was made, everything in its place, but something was different. On the nightstand beside the bed there was a photo. It was from the Christmas dinner, the same one my mother had taken, the one where my grandmother appears sitting at the head of the table. But I knew that photo existed only on a phone. It had never been printed. I picked up the photo and turned it over. On the back, handwritten in my grandmother's handwriting, Thank you for waiting for me. It was the best Christmas.